Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Kassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the second chakra and guided by abundance. And the galactic signature of today is the blue overtone eagle energy. So when we're working with this blue eagle tribe, we're working with the energy of creation, vision, and mind. And this blue eagle energy comes up semi-frequently, so you may be familiar with it by now. This is that energy of getting that higher perspective, that higher planetary vision that comes from the higher planetary mind. And when we're working with this overtone tone today, this overtone tone is all about, overtone tone, that's fun to say. It's all about empowering, commanding, and radiance. And so it's really about connecting in with our inner truth and then radiating that truth out into the world, becoming the vibration of that truth, right? Our actions and our words matching that truth. And so today is all about seeing from that higher planetary mind, seeing from that eagle mind, getting that all-encompassing vision, and then synthesizing that with our truth, right? We may be refining our truths today as we see from this higher perspective, this higher vision, and then really radiating those truths out into the world, putting those truths into action. The blue eagle energy is very much about the collective consciousness, the collective mind, seeing and understanding our place in the higher order of things, and then acting from that place, right? What is it that we are wanting to create? What is it that we are creating together? And what part do we play in that creation process? It's interesting too, because I was just talking with someone this morning, and the energy is really playing when we're talking about the creation, the vision, and the mind, of also just how powerful the mind is in its ability to create. So really appreciating that today as well, and keeping that in your consciousness as you go about your day. What is it that you are creating, right? Not just through your actions, not just through your words, but also through your thoughts and your vibration. And really taking that opportunity to see from that vast perspective. The affirmation for today is, I empower in order to create commanding mind. I seal the output of vision with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of abundance. We have absolutely every opportunity to create that abundance in our lives as well, and to really experience collective abundance, right? This is an energy that takes it out of the individual and really shows and appreciates the fact that we are all connected, and the ways that our thoughts, our minds, our vision influence the entire collective. And we're really in an energy of empowering ourselves and the collective today by empowering and freeing our minds. As far as the astrology of today goes, excuse me, we do still have Venus and Mercury conjunct. And this is in the sign of Taurus. And so this is a really beautiful energy. We've talked about this a little bit. It's a really great energy for connecting, for communication, for creativity, right? So we're really able to, our communication style is very artful, right? Taurus is a pleasurable communicator. Taurus rules the throat, right? And so the voice and all of these aspects of the voice. So we're really able to use our voices today and as we experience this conjunction and create beauty in our lives through our communications, through the ways that we're able to relate and connect with people. It's a very beautiful, pleasurable, creative energy that we're experiencing with this Taurus energy. And it's a little bit of a slower energy as well, right? Taurus isn't in a race. Taurus knows that Taurus is going to get where Taurus wants to go, and Taurus will get there at its own pace. And so we're very much in that energy where the mind isn't quite so frantic. It's able to kind of slow down a little bit to really process and integrate information and to really relay that in a communication style as well. So it's a beautiful energy to be able to connect with people, and just of having that beautiful, positive, loving connection and communication. We also have the moon moving into a square with Jupiter today. The moon is is in the final degree of Scorpio as I'm recording this, or it was at least a couple hours ago when I was looking at the astrology. But it's going to be moving into Sagittarius, and it's going to be in Sagittarius for the bulk of the rest of the day and, of course, onward. So with this square to Jupiter, we want to be careful. We want to really, this challenges us a little bit as far as utilizing that planetary perspective, because with this square aspect tension going on, we may be seeing things our way, and we want to be careful that we're not becoming closed-minded, and certainly that we're not trying to push that our beliefs and our ideas and our thoughts on matters, our perspective onto other people. There can be a little bit of a bombastic energy when we have Jupiter in a square with the moon in Sag. And so we just want to be aware of that. We want to notice what's coming out. And we want to just be aware. This is also an energy I'm feeling where people may get that travel bug, possibly, if they're getting stirred up a little bit. It's that energy of like, all right, well, I'm just going to take off then, right? We have Sagittarius, which Jupiter rules, which is the traveler and the gypsy. And so we may have a little bit of that energy going on as well. There's little bits of points in tension, but overall, I feel like a pretty harmonious energy for today. We have Mars, who has moved into Cancer. He's in the first few degrees of Cancer, and I don't think we talked too much about that yet. And so with Mars and Cancer, this is where this energy that I'm talking about, where if we get stirred up, we may decide that we just want to run or take off. Mars and Cancer is a very emotionally reactive energy, right? Because Mars is that energy of how we conduct ourselves, how we handle anger, right? How we exert our will, and the ways that we take action. And so in a water sign like Cancer, a very emotional sign, we can sometimes get stirred up emotionally very easily and then act upon that sort of without thinking sometimes. Like our instinctual nature is really taking over and really connecting with our emotions. This can also, when we utilize the highest vibration of this energy, it can help us to make really intuitively guided decisions, which is a beautiful energy. We just want to move beyond the reactivity into that responding energy and into that deeper intuitive energy that Cancer also represents. And so we want to get into that energy of feeling out our actions. Sorry guys, I'm still waking up today. Some days are harder than others as far as like getting the brain going. So I've got that Mercury in Taurus brain, and my natal Mercury is in Taurus as well. So it's possibly slowing me down a little more than usual this morning. Just a little bit of grogginess. It was really beautiful yesterday, and then it decided to get kind of cold outside again. I got the space heater going again this morning, so I think like that too is just the equilibrium. We're regaining that equilibrium right now, but we got this. It's all beautiful. And so what else did I want to mention here? Yeah, another thing that's helping to smooth and soothe this out is the fact that we have Eris conjunct Ceres still. So that's like that healing balm that's really allowing us to be very calm and to be calmer and more compassionate when it comes to the ways that we are acting. Remember, Eris is like a feminine version of Mars. And so when that energy gets stirred up, that can be an intense energy. So Ceres is kind of like calming that, soothing that a little bit, so that we're able to really, like today, above all else, just really tap into that intuitive nature and yeah, look from that higher visionary mind. Utilize Sagittarius energy is also really good for that visionary scope, as long as Sagittarius remains open-minded, right? As long as it calls on some of that Gemini energy, which is its opposite, right? They share an axis. As long as it calls on some of that energy, that curious energy, that open-minded energy, Sagittarius energy can be a beautiful thing, and it is a very philosophical energy. And so we are able to look and then utilize that aspect of the higher mind. And I'm just going to take a little look here and see anything else that I feel is super relevant right now. Yeah, we have Saturn sextiling Chiron, trining and sextiling the nodes. We have Chiron trining and sextiling the nodes. And so this is a lot of energy of life lessons, of maturing, right? Of the things that we've healed and the things that still need to heal that may be coming up. And so those may be some of the things that are coming up for us today. And if they are, then that's just an opportunity for us to employ that eagle mind to really get the bigger picture and the bigger perspective on those situations and on those different aspects of the self that are coming up. I'm going to pull a couple conscious spirit cards clear to get us started here. Yeah, today definitely feeling like one of those days where like you just want to curl up somewhere cozy and take a nap. We are beginning to approach that 5-5 portal as well, the 555 portal. And so there will be a video coming out on that in the next few days as well. All right. What guidance do we have for today? First card out, Sun Goddess. They love to throw this card out on the cold, cloudy days in New England. So this is celebrating each sunrise and recognizing the healing energies of the sun. Going out, communing with the sun today if you can. And also, I'm feeling that I celebrate each sunrise. And so this is really about being grateful to be alive, waking up in the morning and really celebrating our lives. Maybe starting the mornings with a gratitude list. I feel like they're speaking to me a lot right now too. It's so funny how they do this. Starting each day with a gratitude list. Really just spending a few moments being grateful for being alive, being grateful that we get to see the sunrise, and being grateful to the sun for rising and helping to supply this energy from which we gain this vitality and this life, right? And so even if we can't see the sun, it is absolutely rising. We know because, I mean, we can see outside, right? If there is light, the sun has risen, or we're looking at the stars. Right, but so yeah, just really embracing the fact that we're alive and being grateful to be alive and bringing it back to that gratitude, even if we can't feel it in the moment, even if we're not feeling particularly grateful to be here. That's when we can remind ourselves that our soul is grateful to be here. Our soul chose this experience right now in this time and space for a reason. And so just knowing and at least being grateful on behalf of our souls, even if we have moments where we can't 100% find it within ourselves. And then we have integration 44. So we got two master numbers here. The Sun Goddess is number 33 and this is number 44. So that's powerful. And this is integration. And so I'm feeling also as though the healing codes coming from the sun right now are going to assist in the integration of a lot of the high vibrational energies that have been coming in. And so really setting that intention when you're out in the sun possibly to assist you in that process of integration. There's a lot that we're integrating right now. And in this card, integration is combining body, mind, and soul. I love this. It says, I combine body, mind, and soul to lift all of humanity into a new dimension. Right? And so that's what we're doing. When there are enough of us who are embodying this new vibration, that is when we will collectively be able to shift into it, right? And see that more as a shared reality. It's an individual reality that we can all tap into anytime we want. And it really starts with that daily gratitude, which is a part of why I think they're bringing that up, right? But it's really the integration of everything that we're receiving, everything that we're learning, and really learning that balance and integration of the mind, body, and soul, which is ultimately what we're working on each and every day, right? And I noticed the moon cycles up here too at the top of the card, right? And so this integration process that we go through as the moon cycles. And so we just had the full moon, and then we'll be moving through. We'll have the last quarter moon coming up soon. We'll have the new moon coming up soon. And that's, of course, always exciting. The links for the new moon ceremonies are always down below now. I just put them up ahead of time. So if anyone is interested in joining, you have all the information right down there in the description box for the new moon manifesting ceremonies. But yeah, it's like this process, just a reminder that everything that we're doing is assisting all of humanity, right? And that really ties in with this blue eagle energy, which very much understands and appreciates that. And then we have transformation. I journey within to meet my higher self and to find true happiness. And we have moon goddess. So we got the sun goddess and the moon goddess. I love it. I am in harmonious flow with the moon's energy in all phases of life. And we were just talking about the moon phases, right? And so paying attention to those and possibly working with those. Some of you may want to work with the moon cycles. And so we're moving into, as far as the cycles go, an energy of releasing right now. Right? Sorry, guys. There's a lot going on this morning. We are in this process of releasing. It began, the full moon's a time of harvest and release. And then as the moon is waning, we're really continuing that releasing process of everything that isn't serving us, of everything that is not serving what it is that we're wanting to create. So getting in sync with those and working with those moon phases may be really helpful for some people. But this is also the balance of the masculine and the feminine energies, right? Which is part of this integration. It's part of this combining, this union energy, right? And then the transformation that's taking place, and that's a 3 card. So that's interesting too. This transformation that is taking place as we go through this process of integration, it is really transforming us. And I think that we're going to receive some really powerful transformational codes with this 555 portal. As far as it's feeling like physical changes, the physical ascension process, just all different aspects of that. Remember, 555, it's all about changes. And so really preparing for those changes that are on their way, and the changes that the integration brings, right? And the cycle and flow of that integration process for you, and that transformation process, right? We all have different cycles and phases of that process. So really honoring where we're at in our own process. And this comes through a lot, right? Not comparing our process to other people's. And then we have the crown chakra coming out. I know I am part of source and my life is guided by divine wisdom. So really tapping into our infinite nature today as well. And with this crown chakra card, I'm feeling more, like if you look at this card, I'm definitely feeling more downloads coming through as well. So there may be downloads that people are receiving today as well, that want downloads from the sun, downloads from the moon, possibly either too, right? And just in general that are wanting to be integrated, and so just really being with that process today, and being with where we need to be in our process, right? And that's part of this knowing and honoring our individual process. Are we in this sun energy where we're really moving, we're making moves, right? That masculine energy. Or are we in the moon energy, the feminine energy, where we're resting, where we're retreating, where we're becoming more receptive, right? What phase of your journey are you in today? All right. And on the bottom of the deck, celebrate life. I celebrate every day by honoring and respecting all life on Mother Earth. So back to that energy of celebrating your life, being grateful for your life today. Clear. Let's do a couple of work your light cards to close here. Yeah, and it's all about being in the flow. Just allow yourself to be in that flow today. Don't try to resist. Don't compare yourself and think that you should be somewhere else or you should be doing something else. Don't should all over yourself. Just be right where you are. Just be right where you are and allow that to be enough. And yeah, it's in this moon energy, this feminine energy, this harmonious flow energy that more of those downloads are able to come through for people today as well. All right. So we have Keepers of the Earth coming out. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. And we have Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. And so it's interesting. I was reading something this morning talking about the return of Atlantis and Lemuria. But they were talking about how the return happens through us. It's through us that we create that again, but we create a more successful version of that, right? A version of that is able to endure. because we've learned so much about all of the different traps that humanity can fall into, and we're ready to move beyond those. We're really learning and internalizing the lessons of that, the lessons from our ancestors, and they are standing beside us as we go about this process, and as we take all of the beauty and all of the wisdom that they have to offer us, because believe me, they do. And then we heal and transform all the aspects that need to be healed and want to be healed and transformed. And so it's just like our ancestors want us to know that they're here assisting us in this process every step of the way, and that it is happening, and that like they're just like, I feel them like celebrating. That's the energy that I get from this card right now. It's like them celebrating and rejoicing because of the incredible progress that we're making. Because of this beautiful heaven on earth that we are creating. And they're wanting to support us and guide us in absolutely every way necessary. There's a lot of moons on this card too. So really that energy of working with the moon coming through very strongly. I feel almost like there was somebody who was really just communing with the moon during this Scorpio full moon, looking up at the moon and receiving information and contact and support from their ancestors, possibly very directly. And so if there is somebody that resonates with who's watching this, just know that that's confirmation that you absolutely were communing with your ancestors. They heard you, they were responding to you, and possibly giving you guidance through the rays of the moon. I'm also noticing it looks like rose petals coming up right here. And so that may be significant. Petals, flower petals, may be significant for someone. It's like I get this image of like them streaming through the moonlight or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful energy. If somebody was praying to their ancestors or their guides in general during that moon, your prayers were heard. And maybe you'll get confirmation of that through the rose petals or the flower petals. I don't know. That's really interesting. Any other guidance? Any other messages for us? And just a reminder that we are the keepers of the earth, right? And so really connecting into the earth is so important. Oh my God, and then birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So this energy with the Lemuria card and the birthing a new age coming out, that's powerful energy. They're really wanting us to know that this is happening, to really hold that vision, to have the faith of that, to really pay attention to what is it that you were dreaming into being, right? And we dream consciously and we dream in our sleep, right? So the waking dream and the asleep dream. We want to really be cognizant in both of those, what it is that we are creating, and know that we can create from both of those places. Dreaming a new world into being, right? This is creating, this is visualizing. And of course then supporting that with supporting actions. And then we have the Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Yeah, so you got your ancestors and the Council of Light coming through in this reading, really letting you know how incredibly supported we are right now. How like the teams of beings that we have working on our behalf right now are absolutely endless and absolutely limitless. Like there is so much support. And so connect with those helpers. If you haven't asked them for help yet, ask them for help. They want to assist us. They are assisting us, but they can assist us a hell of a lot better when we ask for their help. And things are being divinely orchestrated, even if we don't see it apparent in the physical. That's why we always talk about seeing beyond the illusion. Everything is being orchestrated for the best and highest good. So we just have to trust that, and we just have to keep acting out of the best and highest good. Keep thinking, keep speaking, keep dreaming out of the best and highest good, and watching that continue to emerge. And then we also share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression. And so this is like in living color, or in technicolor is what I feel like. You see how it's all gray inside the cave, and then all the beautiful colors that you see that she's staring out at. Don't sit and stare out and watch other people living your dreams. Go out and live your dreams too. Don't just sit and listen to other people sharing their voices. Share your voice too. It was interesting. It was 2424 when I said that. So I don't know if that's going to be significant for anyone, but that was interesting. Yeah. Share your voice. Whatever it is that you admire in other people exists within you. That's the reason you can recognize it. So go ahead and share that. Go ahead and show that. This is really about us, right? That when we have this overtone tone, it's all about our truth, being in touch with our truth and radiating that truth out into the world. And you notice my hands automatically went like this around the throat. So really cleansing and clearing that throat chakra, coming out of that cave, expressing the beauty of who you are, expressing the unique way that you see the world, right? And sharing that with other people. Yeah, share your voice. If you want assistance with this, ask your counsel. Ask your council of 12. Ask your guides. Ask your team. Ask your ancestors for assistance with this. This is so powerful. This energy of sharing your voice. And it came out like this. And I'm not like, especially with oracle cards, I don't really read reversals. But that feels significant because I feel like there are people who aren't sharing their voice. And it's time for you to really do that. It's time for you to truly do that. You are so supported in doing that. It's going to be so empowering for you. And it's just every single one of us has something to share. And now is the time to begin to share that. And you are so supported in doing that. If anyone is struggling with that or with anything, or you just want any assistance, please reach out to me. My email's in the description box below. We can absolutely work on this energy and this ability to share your voice, to express the beauty that you see, the beauty that you feel, the beauty that you know, the beauty that you are. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you enjoyed this reading, hit that like button. It definitely helps. Support the channel. There are links down below to donate as well if you feel inclined to support the channel in that way. And yeah, drop a comment. Let me know how this is resonating. I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. I am feeling much more awake now that I've done this video. So I appreciate you for that as well. And I will talk to you guys soon.